Solids and Eulers rule. Now, I'm just going to mention Eulers rule. We're not going to use it so much. So we're basically going to look at solids. Now, when I look at solids, the first type of solid that I'm looking at will be polyhedron. Polyhedron. The plural for polyhedron is, well, that's an N, is polyhedra. So more than one is polyhedra. Now, polyhedron have flat surfaces or flat faces. It's got vertices and it's got edges. Okay, so we're going to look at these first. Before we do that, you need to know what these terms are that I just spoke about. So if I have a solid which is three-dimensional, what we say is we have faces. Now I'm going to draw, this is the face. So how many flat sides there are, faces. We have the vertices. The vertices is where the things meet. Right, that is a vertex. One vertex, a lot of vertices. Vertices. And the last one is edges. And edges is the lines between faces. So that is the edge. Now, Eulers rule works with those. And Eulers rule is, Eulers rule says the number of edges equals the number of faces plus the vertices, take away 2. Okay, but we're not going to use that. If I ask you how many faces, you will just count them on your sketch. If I ask you the vertices, you just add them on your sketch. If you don't know how, if you can't see it, if I just give it to you words, you draw the shape according to the description. Okay, so solids, we're looking at polyhedron. Polyhedron, plural is polyhedra. And polyhedrons are three-dimensional shapes that have edges, flat surfaces or faces, and vertices where the edges come together and where more than 2 faces meet. That is the vertices. Okay, when we are naming this, and this is now where the naming comes in, and this is the hard part. When we name, there's 2 methods of naming these solids. The first way is by the number of sides. And when we work the number of sides, or the number of faces, we are going back to what we've learned previously. So that is, well, it can't be 3. If it can't be 3, you can't have only 3 faces, because three-dimensional shapes will have 4 faces or more. But the 5 faces will be pentagonal, so pentagonal. 6 will be hexagonal. So all that happens, pentagonal, hexagonal, heptagonal, etc. The only one that stands out, heptagonal, the only one that stands out is 4. When you come to 4, we don't say quadrigonal, right? This one is called tetra. So tetra is if there's only 4 faces. So tetra is 4, pentagonal, hexagonal, heptagonal, octagonal, nonagonal, decagonal. Okay, so just quickly, polyhedron, poly many, hedron faces, so many faces. So I can name it according to the number of faces. The other method of answering is by the shape. Now when it goes to the shape, so first method is the number of faces, and the second method is by the shape. Now in the shapes, we've got 2 different types of shapes. We've got either a prism or we've got a pyramid. So with a prism, we have the same shape on both sides of So we've got a square or a rectangle this side, square rectangle that side. With a pyramid, we have a base of any shape, and then all the sides come together at one point. So prism have parallel sides, same lengthwise all the way. Pyramid has a certain base and it moves up. When I look at the prism, I name them according to the base that's the same on both sides. If I look at a pyramid, I name them according to the base only. But I won't say this is a square base pyramid, I just say it's a square pyramid. This will be a square prism or a square base prism. And we will look at more examples further on. Number of faces or either the shape. They will ask you, call it according to its faces or according to its shape. So if I'm looking at the number of faces, it will be a tetrahedron. Tetra means 4, hedron means face, so 4 faces. Pentagonal hedron means pentagonal, 5-sided face. Hexagonal, 6-sided face. So according to the faces, we say hedrons or hedron, and here we say prism or pyramid at the end. The more we do of that, look at the examples, you'll be able to see what I mean by that. If it's not a polyhedron, okay, if it's not a polyhedron, other solids that we also talk about is ones with rounded sides, okay, and the specific ones that we are interested in are round base, and that is a cylinder. We've got a sphere, which is hard to draw, so that is a sphere. You get also semispheres, which is half a sphere, and then we also have cones. Right, that is just curved surface solids, which we don't, that's the only ones that you need to know. Just going back to the polyhedrons, the only thing that you might want to remember here is that if we talk about a cube, then a cube is, when we talk about a cube is a all sides same, square base, square face, 6 square face prism. The other thing is when we talk about a cuboid is another name for a rectangular prism. That's a cuboid. Please look at the examples to see exactly how you have to name that. Again, you don't have to use Eulers' law or rule. You just have to know what faces and vertices are and be able to count them.